All right, so this dude, who is this guy? What's this guy's name? Let's find out this guy's name first and foremost. Okay, this guy's name is... It doesn't say anywhere.
Josh Zepps, they said.
Josh Zepps. Okay. So Elijah posted this clip on Twitter, and it says, bro, Elijah Schaefer said, bro, my family, friends, and my co-host, her family are Australian and live there unvaccinated. This guy missed the mark so badly shit-talking Timcast. It is bad in Australia for all those not submitting to the regime. Okay. I haven't watched the clip, but that's what he said. And then he says, also, Claire Lemon disseminated regime propaganda sharing pictures of an Olympic team in the camps to show they are essentially vacation spots. She's a traitor to human rights and blocks anyone who calls her out on her bullshit. She's a bad human being, and this guy defends her. So wait, this bitch went into the camps in Australia and was like, this is a great place. What is everyone complaining about?
Yes.
Are you fucking crazy?
Just because the Olympic teams, that's where they housed them, because there was...
But are you crazy?
They made it seem like it was like a... Yes.
Are you, like... Bro, what is wrong with... Yo, people want to sell their soul so badly. People want to sell their soul so badly. So fucking badly. Like, hey, I'll work for you. I'll work for you guys up there. You fucking demons. You demons. I'll work for you. Give me some money. People are so fucking desperate for clout and money that they will sell their fucking soul. You're selling out your fellow humans. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
That is disgusting. Sydney Watson says, how did this dude get on Joe Rogan? She said first. She said, number one, how did this dude get on Joe Rogan? Number two, what the fuck?
Straight up, girl.
Someone else says, hold on, I'll put it on screen. Someone else says, I live in Melbourne. It was at this point of the podcast, I just had to turn it off and stop listening. Mm-hmm. Someone else says, funny how this guy says he does a lot of work to get the facts right and just called Tim Pool alt-right. Sydney Watson says, Elijah, maybe we should get our pal on You Are Here if he's still in the U.S. for an Aussie showdown. Phoenix says, I doubt he would accept. He works for their ABC. If he thinks Timcast is alt-right, he would consider you far-right. This dude actually said, let's look at the human rights trade-offs. Are you serious? I don't agree that human rights are something that can be traded off. Facts. Dude works for ABC. Enough said. Okay. Word. Let's get into this.
For me, I mean, my concern is what I've been agitating for, and what's made it a lot harder is the conversation here in the States from people like Tim Pool and people like that who it's sort of like, you know, like if you had a buddy who you thought was a bit too strict with their kid or something, or like, you know, you just sort of wanted to change his behavior in a certain way, and you were like, I think I can do this. I think I know how to talk to this person. I think the best solution is a collaboration with them. And then another buddy of yours goes, no, you have to say that your buddy is a child abuser, and until you admit that he's a child abuser, I'm not even going to have a conversation about this because your buddy is a child abuser. Let's insist. You'd be like, hang on.
What comparison is this?
This is what it feels like when Americans come and try to save the conversation that Australians are having with each other about these policies. So like, it's become a lot harder for people like me to go, let's look at the human rights trade-offs, let's look at the health trade-offs, let's try to assess what's reasonable and what's not reasonable, when you've got all this chatter coming from some of these alt-right people who are saying, like, literally,
well,
Jamie,
Tim Pool's not alt-right. And Majid is not alt-right either.
No,
Neither one of those guys are alt-right.
No,
that's an unfair assessment.
I'm not saying Majid.
You're using that pejorative to dismiss what they're saying.
Well,
like they might get really into these conspiracies, and you look at it on paper without the whole breadth of knowledge from the community, and you find out that these people are being relocated, and you do see those whatever you want to call them, camps, communities where the people have to stay on their porch. It's concerning to someone who lives in America. You would understand how you would think of Australia as being this wild, free place.
Yeah, totally.
And then you see that and you go, oh my God, they're reverting back to the way they were.
What the difference is that there are some people, and I sort of give Margaret a pass on this because I know him well enough to sort of think that he must just be sort of, not doing enough fact checking. But there are some other people like Tim who I feel like
he hates Tim.
I and people like Claire Lehman at Quillette, who's the editor of Quillette, have done a lot of work, like pointing out the facts, and then it doesn't go anywhere. It's like unless you call them concentration camps and accept that Australia is on a path to become a fascist authoritarian dictatorship, there's nothing to even talk about.
Well, I don't think he's having conversations with anybody who's actually in Australia, unfortunately.
Well, I've invited him on my podcast and he doesn't come on. Like he and I have exchanged
who the fuck are you?
terse words on Twitter where I'm like, mate, you're not helping, and he's like, it's a concentration.
Hold on, my bad. We'll let this finish. My bad. I didn't realize it was that close to the end.
Okay, that's just that you don't admit it. So it's more the tone of
that's his voice on Twitter.
That's his voice on Twitter.
You know what I reckon?
For me,
how did he get on Joe Rogan Podcast?
I don't know.
I really am confused about this. I don't know who the fuck this guy is, and
What's his name? Josh Zepps.
yeah, and it sounded like he just hated Tim Pool. He's basically saying he doesn't like Tim Pool because Tim Pool has a stance. That's what he's saying. He's saying the conversations are hard to have with people who have stances different than his. That's what he's saying. That's all he's saying.
Yep.
His problem is that Tim Pool doesn't agree. What the fuck is he talking about?
For real, he doesn't have to.
It's really hard when you have Americans trying to stop concentration camps from having who's complaining about Australia trying to throw the people in concentration camps and like, what the fuck are you even talking about?
Legit.
I don't get it. That's wild to me. That's wild to me. I don't even know what to say about that. This dude just sounds like he hates Tim Pool. That's it. That's all it sounds like. He's mad at this dude for having a stance that isn't his. That doesn't agree with him. And because he's from America, he can't have the conversation. That's like, that's so dumb. That's like women being like, if you're not a woman, you can't have an opinion on what we do with our bodies. But they can tell men what they can do with their bodies and all this. And it just doesn't even make any sense. It's when it's convenient. Absolutely. You can't have the conversation. It just sounds like this dude's just a fucking sellout.
He doesn't even make, he sounds irrelevant when he speaks.
He just sounds like he wants to, I have I know for a fact that there's people on the internet, there's influencers, there's YouTubers, there's just people who are trying to get clout and trying to gain a following so badly that they know the wrong thing to say. They know the things that are inhumane to say.
James Conkling with the 19.99 banger.
Appreciate you, James. Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much, man. There's people who know exactly what the powers that be want them to say. It's crazy because in the past, before the internet was what it is today, you would get the job from these big companies and these people who are trying to push agendas. Yeah. They would pay you to say these types of things, to agree with them on things that are clearly not good for your fellow human beings, for the general public.
Yes.
They would pay you to co-sign their bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And now with the internet, because everything is so put yourself in the position type thing, and then you can, you know what I'm saying? Like, once you get yourself to a certain point, people will start paying you because you have influence now. So people are purposely saying things that are like demonic and things that they know that the powers that be want you to say because they think that's how they're going to get money and influence. They think, like, they know that things that are not things that like that are terrible to do and to say and that are not helpful to your fellow human are things that the powers that be want to happen, and they're trying to make it sound like a good thing. So people like this dude will say it's a good thing, so then he can get that job at CNN.
Yep.
He could get that, like, you know what I'm saying, end up becoming a politician or some shit. Like, he has plans. He's trying to take this shit somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is just the start. You know what I'm saying? You got to do this type of shit, shucking and jiving, without like being told to shuck and jive, to show your loyalty to the fucking powers that be. And there's so many people like that, and he's one of them, bro. He's one of them. I hate that shit, bro. There's so many people like that. They'd be like, no, there's no problem with concentration camps. There's no problem with jabs. Like Adam 22 on that podcast where he was like, you are stupid if you don't get the jab. You're an idiot if you don't get the jab. They need to give you jab. Like, you need to beg for the jab. If you don't get the jab, you're a fucking idiot. Da-da-da. Talking to his friend like an idiot.
Disgusting.
It was the most disgusting shit I've ever seen. But there's people who do that because they want the sponsorships, they want the endorsements, they want the money that comes along with it. And they know that just saying that shit is how you get that shit. You know what I'm saying? So people will start putting money in your pocket because you're pushing their agenda. And they know that. And that's what this dude's trying to do. That's what a lot of these motherfucking trash ass people are doing. It's disgusting, bro.
It is.
It's disgusting. Like, that shit, I'll never forget that shit that Adam did, bro. I'll never forget it, because that shit was just like, bro, what?
Yep.
What?
And like, I couldn't deal with him.
Yeah, but that shit, like,
that top.
yeah, they're sellouts. That's the word.
Yes,
they're sellouts.
He's such a sellout. He's such a sellout.
Because they know that that's where the money will come in after that.
Yep.
But now, the money won't even come in. That's the thing. They don't even got to pay you.
Legit.
People will do it until they get the money. So, like, okay, maybe tomorrow, maybe I'll get that cosign, maybe I'll get that check tomorrow. Maybe I'll get that endorsement tomorrow if I shuck and jive some more on my show. And then the next day, oh, it didn't work that time. Maybe tomorrow I'll get it if I shuck and jive some more on this show. And then it just keeps happening, keeps happening, keeps happening. And then they never pay you. You never get the job. You never do anything. They just used you. You just got used.
Yeah.
By a force that wasn't even a thing. It wasn't even like you made it. You were loyal to something that like was never actually even needed you.
For no reason.
You know what I'm saying? You went against your own people.
Now look at you.
You're the general population, and you think that just co-signing this shit and being loyal to it is gonna save you? Mm-hmm. Because you're not them, bro. You are not them. You still are going to go down with the rest of us.
Yeah.
That's it. You're just leading yourself to the slaughter as well. It's disgusting, bro. Right? I trade off my human rights for a Pfizer check. Exactly, bro. This shit is crazy.
Straight up.
People be selling their own family for clout nowadays. Exactly, bro. This is how people outed their neighbors to the Gestapo without thinking of the consequences. Exactly. That was a great.
Yeah, that was good.
That was a great metaphor, Pork. That was a great metaphor. That's exactly what it was. You cannot comply your way out of tyranny. I saw that on Luke's shirt. That's a perfect.
Yes.
That's a fire quote.
Yes.
Because you can't. You can't, man. That's wild, bro.
For real.
It's disgusting to see.
Flawdfather won with the 5-banger. Australia is a beta test for the West. They should have never given up their arms in the 90s.
We talk about that all the time in this house, bro.
Yep.
We talk about that all the time in this house. Like, it's literally just what it's the future, you know, if we give in.
Straight up.
That's our future.
Legit. And it's like they are sellouts, but they're not even getting anything. It's sick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
they're not even getting anything. Usually hold on.
Shannon Tatkinhorst with the 5-banger. Just a little something
Thank
for
you.
a young couple speaking the truth.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shannon.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you.
But that's absolutely it. They're not even it. Like I said, it used to be you would get paid to make these kind of arguments. Now people they're loyal before they even get the check. They're loyal to the overlords before the check even comes in because of the way that they have set up the internet, the way that they have set this shit up. Man.
Crazy.
Hef with the 4.99 banger. Can you imagine how screwed we would be if Rogan wasn't a freedom-minded person and he
For
had the
real,
audience
bro.
and influence?
So much
Imagine.
So much.
Imagine if Joe Rogan didn't say anything, you know? Imagine if he was a sellout for real.
Yes.
Oh my God. Imagine imagine they've tried to destroy this man multiple times in this past year, man.
Over and over.
Imagine if he was just like hey, everyone get the jab, everyone do it. Imagine if he was shucking and driving for the check. But Joe Rogan should be like a perfect, like you don't got to shuck and jive to get the check.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You just got to be a real person and be engaging, and they got to pay you. They'll pay you, you know, and then they'll try to use your platform, and you can either give in or not, you know. Ah, man. But yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you're never drop.
Flawd booty.
Wild, bro. Wild, wild, wild.
Wild, wild, wild.